Thank you, dear listeners, for joining us. It's been a while, but it feels great to be back with you. And so, going forward, as we all know, this is our Cipher System, well, the Mystery Pit Cipher System edition. And as we all do know, this game comes with a parental guidance warning for moments of extreme gore, trauma, mental mind games. Just, it is a very intense moment. There's very intense moments, adult situations, and that comes with the series. So if that can be too much, please remember here on Infinite Nerd Theorem, we do have other tabletop series or non-tabletop series that do not come with a hard parental guidance warning. And we do appreciate you guys always coming back. And if you enjoy the content we do create, please remember to hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the content we are going to be having coming in the future, such as the player for Scruffy and Uretzi's are both going to be GMing their own games. So please make sure you're stay up to date by hitting the subscribe button and hitting the little bell for notifications. So when those are releasing, you'll be able to know that. When we return to my players, you guys were on the highway, but something coming to your grasp before I'm going to open this group play for. And as other players join in, they can just join into the group play because I don't think this is going to end quickly because all of the fuzz and haze around you is melting like you're seeing ice cream melt around. And you're seeing yourself, you're lost as far as your eyes can see is just on one pretty wide road, but surrounded by redwood trees. Trees. And thankfully, with the last few things I have to say, Biscuit finally finds, but it's only out of sheer luck because it was with one of Scruffy's work towels that he had Biscuit sniff. Biscuit was able to find you all because Nathaniel comes rolling and plopping down the stairs. His magnificent physique is all gone because his ability to control his mass and everything is gone because the full moon is finally, the green moon is gone, so you can't control his body, so he's back to that, to his girthiness. And just the last thing you're going to hear from him is, "Guys, it's literally a third of the damn state is gone, and California is an island now. We have no way of reaching them." Oh God. And I'm leaving, and group roleplay.
Huh?
Or
That was
is
pretty
that
jarring.
Is that Uretzi commenting, or is that just you above? Nathaniel goes,
who's even here? Who's in that grouping?
So right now, unless they join in, I'm not saying where they are. From now on, when a player doesn't join, we do not mention their character, so we don't assume what's happening. So that way they can tell us what they were during those times. But for right now, who is around is Riley, suspiciously just lost, looking away. He's one of the NPCs. But for player-wise, there's you, Dr. Smith, Uretzi, Scruffy, and the NPCs, the massive 30-meter-tall eldritch cat Biscuit, the house on his back, and Nathaniel. The Mafia Dons decided to stay in Vale Valley and take the bus back because it's the end of the summit, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, so we're in Vale Valley again, or?
Nope, you're in the Redwood Forest, baby. You guys, so this is what happened, Ori.
Yeah, because I missed last session, so I have no idea what's going on.
Actually, everyone doesn't know why, because what happens is, unless you are taken from Vale Valley, specifically by a guide, your eyes are going to lie to you. You are not on a regular highway. You guys are actually lost in a massive redwood forest. In around the northern quadrant of California, but around the middle of California, because the northern quadrant of California is gone. 125,000 people have been killed. California has been separated from the continent and is now an island. And your eyes thought you were falling away back to the highway. But oh boy.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really fucking lost. You
left Vale Valley. Yes.
I didn't know I left Vale Valley. Because last I knew is my character was in Vale Valley, and then some guy pulls up next to him, and then my character starts heading somewhere else. I don't remember where.
Yeah, you were heading somewhere else, but because you're not a denizen of Vale Valley, you got lost. You have ended up here.
But where was I heading?
That is the only thing at the moment I cannot remember, but at the end of the day, you were never going to reach there.
Okay. Because I knew I was trying to do something because I had no context of why this guy was approaching me. Just some
Exactly.
guy showed up, and so I was heading somewhere else, and
Yes.
now
Because
I just wake up in a middle of a forest.
well, so for you, you thought you were going through some woods, but it's not waking up. It's as if everything is melting around you. The veil is gone. The truth of the situation is revealed. This is where they placed you. Because there were extenuating circumstances. It was never cleared up how Hiram died. They thought you guys did it. So they didn't
Wait,
let
Hiram died?
you. Yeah, the dragon.
I didn't know that.
I was just, yeah, Hiram died, but unfortunately, Sticky Joe didn't really tell anybody, didn't really let anybody know. So these are just the things playing off of what happened. Right now, honestly, you guys are in the safest place possible because your Retzi, your phone is well, the phone you have for Armstrong is blowing up. But I would like to let everyone have this moment for the group. So, Maury, when everything was melting in front of you, you're literally just like in front of a garbage truck. It is very jarring, but but everyone else is in front of the RV and you see Biscuit coming from these trees. But let me give you guys the floor quick. So, Yuretsi, I don't know if you wanted to ask Nathaniel, but take the floor, please.
She basically just needed him to repeat that, so like I guess landmasses are islands now. That's weird.
Okay, maybe takes a few deep breaths. All right. Let's say 1/3 of California is no longer here. It has been literally destroyed, and we have been separated from the main continent, and we are now essentially an island. Over 125,000 people lost their life, and I am just very concerned because they found Armstrong's head there, and I can only go so much off of the radios, and it was just kind of boring.
Well, I need to get somewhere, and I sure hope it isn't just gonna point to the ocean.
I mean, as you guys just you kind of notice Scruffy Nathaniel's looking at you, kind of scared. Guys, is it true that Scruffy makes bombs?
Whoa. Who told you that?
It's all over the news, buddy, that you're the one responsible, that you had Armstrong be some kind of suicide bomber, buddy.
Fake news.
I knew it!
Obviously.
But, and, I've hearing, well, I'm not really hearing, that's the problem, because there is literally no communication at the park. Like, it's Deadsville, guys. But, I mean, I like that, and look, everything we went through, I'm willing to trust you guys, and I got permission from my dads to give you a location that might help you out, but that's up to you. And I'm honestly, I'm going to be hiding out in this forest for a while. I don't know what's going on. It's up to you all if you would like to take the information. Other than that, I yield the floor again, and unless you would like to ask about going any directions or such, or going over if you take the information from them about the potential information about the potential contact. Other than that, floor is yours.
I mean, seems right now all we need is information. We could go greet that contact, but like I said, I need to go elsewhere as well. Hopefully fix all this mess.
Yeah, no, information's a good idea, but I gotta ask, Yaretsi, didn't that guy die earlier? I'm pretty sure I seen that happen.
That kind of
yeah,
thing
I
just
have
happens.
this phone.
So he got better. That's what we're going with.
And then
Sure.
worse again, apparently.
Well, Mr. Scruffy, you are a base life form.
No one was speaking to you, demon.
He's just shocked, and he will be quiet.
So we're definitely keeping him around, I guess. That's what I'm getting.
I mean, I'm not looking to kill anyone yet.
I might know a guy.
Increase the gain real quick. There we go. That should make it a little bit easier.
All I'm saying is I could know a guy.
Scruffy, roll me.
Yes.
Just for between me and you, I would like you to roll me a d20 and let me know if it's higher or lower than 10.
That's a 17 there, buddy.
Okay, high then.
Yeah.
All right, Scruffy, you legitimately do have a contact. Granted, they're more known as a jack of all trades, but you know that they are a solitary person. They choose to live in the woods. And the last postcard you got from them said that they had chose to live in a section of the redwood forest because these are some of the best trees, and he found himself a cave. But will you say all this to everyone else, though, out loud?
So, I'm sorry, say that again. You said I know a guy who lives in the redwood forest?
Yes, and you have gotten a lot of information from him. And he doesn't charge you a lot of money. Just honestly, sometimes it's money and sometimes it's food because, for the love of God, the man talks in a lot of food puns.
Ah, see, I was saying I might know a guy that could get rid of Nathaniel, but I get what you're saying now.
Actually, still within the same area, so you could do both.
Copy that. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna let everybody know though there really is a guy that I know. Yeah, there is somebody out here out in the woods somewhere. I remember him telling me something about a cave or some such. I think we could probably find him.
Okay. This is a fun little challenge to see if anyone pays attention, because Nathaniel lifts up from the porch of Biscuit, and Biscuit literally just flips from the weight, and he goes up and clears his throat so he's much easier to hear. Guys, it's kind of funny because I was gonna tell you the source of where all the money for the Dons. Literally, he's the head of the dark world, and he lives in a cave. His name is Sugar Bee. How the hell do you know Sugar Bee? You've never met him in person, Scruffy. You've only ever talked to him on the phone. And Nathaniel tells you all, well, my dad told me from our coordinates, we have to go north for an hour and a half, look for a tree that has a fork in the middle, take the left, travel northeast from that turn for another 30 minutes, and you should reach the cave.
So we're going spelunking.
Well, that's up to you guys, because I was going to yield the floor again for you guys to discuss amongst you what would you would like to do.
We need to get that information. We need to find out what is happening. So if you know a guy who can give us a hand, I don't have any people out here now.
We don't have a lot of other first steps, so go.
Then where do you head off? Which direction do you head off?
She's gonna go see the contact.
Oh, no. So this is the next step of this. Which direction do you all go? North, east, south, or west? There we go. That should make it much better, too, for volume.
I think maybe east.
Now, for how long do you travel east?
She's just gonna hope Bruno takes up a scent, because she has no idea who this guy is.
So, Yuretsi, could you go over your skills for me, please, and thank you? Because I'm going to give you a roll, and this is going to determine so far how the travel is going. But before I even give the rating... Exactly. I just want to make sure real quick, because that could potentially negate this roll.
Love you.
And I adjusted the volume on my recorder so that hopefully that's helping everyone to hear me better without as much choppiness.
So I have serendipitous landmark. Just when it seems like the path is lost, a trail marker, landmark, or simply the way the train bends, rise, or fall suggests the best path.
Okay, so thankfully the right person started this journey, because Yuretsi, I'm not going to have you guys do the first roll. At first you were getting lost in the woods, but then it kicked on you. You remembered Nathaniel told you head north for an hour and a half. You found the fork in the tree, and then I will give you the next one free based on that skill because of the recognizable landmark. You take the left and you turn northeast. And one last time, Yuretsi, how long are you guys going to head down this direction?
Can I look to see?
Of course.
How much daylight is left?
Of course you may.
I vote we only travel maybe about half hour or so, then check our bearings.
I assume that's an intelligence roll.
So with Maury's suggestion with doing that, I'm going to let you have this. I will let you have this roll with advantage because you guys stopped for every 30 minutes and did your bearings. So go ahead and roll twice. Take the higher number.
I got a 23 if I'm doing intelligence.
Yep. Make sure to add that in. Make sure to add everything. So perfect. You got a 23. Alrighty, that is most definitely a crit. So thankfully, Maury, he may look scruff. Granted, he is a very talented engineer, but hell, he must have some expertise with like hiking or surviving in the woods, because that was some of the best damn advice. Because just as you were getting a little frustrated, you stopped for about 30 minutes. Everyone got hydrated. You stopped to look around, and then you thought, with everything that's been going on, let me just listen to the surroundings. And because of that 23, I'm not going to ask you for directions anymore, because you hear faintly what sounds like music. Do you and the group follow the music? I mean, do you have the group follow you from what you're hearing, Yuretsi?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first sign, like proper sign, so she'd head towards it.
Now,
I have a question.
Yuretsi, you have... Oh, yes.
Can we tell what kind of music it is?
As you are getting closer, a couple of things happen. Yes, one, Dr. Smith, you can tell specifically that this is R&B music, some damn good R&B music. And then Yuretsi, in that book that you read about the Ant King, give me one roll, and I will let you have a piece of information that is going to help you in this situation. You have to be... Well, I'm just going to say you have to get higher than a 12.
I got a 3.
Damn. You just notice a peculiar scent. Granted, like deer musk and all this, but this is an animal you've never smelled this kind of musk. Because sadly, you guys don't know what a bear is. You've never encountered one. And damn, just that music is bumping, and then finally you're just getting closer. It's definitely... Oh wow, this person is definitely listening to some Casey and... No, not Casey and Sunshine Band. It's he's listening to Just the Two of Us. And you see these two very large men. Their ears, that's where your attention is, Yuretsi. It's not that they have cauliflower ears. They just have very small circular ears. And then you also notice that they have this fur that goes up to the sides of their faces. And then it covers their abdomen, their arms, and what you would be able to see from their legs if they weren't wearing pants and such, their legs are covered, except for their groin area. And when they show their hands, they have these massive fingers with very large black talons attached to it. Well, hey, Winnie, was boss expecting anybody today? Nah, Pooh, I have no idea. Hey, go ask Yogi. Hey, Yogi, is boss expecting anyone today? Well, hey guys, yeah. Apparently, that shaming lady from the X-Laddles came by and gave old Papa a reading about his future, and it involved some guy that was scruffy, really cool Native American lady that, well, apparently Papa, he's had some dealings with in the past, so he'll be familiar with her scent. A really nice doctor with a secret that is not to be alluded to, and Papa didn't tell me anything about that because he knows I'm a blabbermouth. And holy shit, that's one of the richest people on the planet, Maury. I thought Papa was kidding, but yeah, okay, yeah, these people are definitely expected. Let them on in. It's up to you, though. What would you like to look around what you're seeing? I give the floor to you guys. Actually, I'm starting with you, Dr. Smith, since you're staring very intensely. What are you staring at?
Staring at him, wide-eyed.
Would you like to make a difficulty 4 intellect roll to try to see, because this cave, yes, it has had a home built into it, but something is weird. So I'll let you, if you want to roll, to see if you can remember, and you will have to beat a 12 for an intellect roll.
So I just add
your edge and tier.
Okay. I got a total of 14.
It's dawning on you. These people they have they match the cave drawings of one of the caves for a Neanderthal. You saw the Neanderthals would have interactions with these big, massive people that had fur, and then during times they would become quadrupedal, like bestial animals, like with like a grizzly-like rage.
Like
If
a
only you could.
werebear?
If only there was such a thing as a bear.
Oh.
But yeah, pretty much. But yeah, bears don't exist on this planet. What you're staring at is an these are an adamantite race, and yes, the bears, specifically grizzly bears, are adamantites. They are the third dominant life form on this planet. And they have been very secretive. It's up to you guys to ask about why you've never heard of them or seen them. But it's dawning
Have I
on you
ever heard
that's
of them or
why
seen
this
them?
is. Well, you've seen the images in the cave drawings, yes.
No, I meant other than that.
No. Adamantites are extremely. This is the first time adamantites have ever revealed themselves in public like this with what Mothman and King did.
Are the little ant boys still with us?
Oh yeah,
Okay. What were their names again?
Winnie and Pooh.
What? No way. Not. It was like Ryan and Todd or something.
Oh, you're talking about the other ones. Sorry. No, those are the guards' names. Sorry. Which guys specifically, Smith?
The little babies.
Oh, you mean the little Thunderbird chicks?
What? No, the two little ant
The
babies.
ant.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's Todd and
They
Ryan.
turned into Todd and Ryan. There we go. Yeah, I was right the first time. Shoot.
Yep, you're 100% correct.
Okay. I'm gonna pull over Todd and Ryan and point at the cave drawings and be like, "Do you recognize these creatures?"
They immensely go into a prostration pose.
Like butts in the air?
Butts in the air, heads bowed in a triangle, with their hands in a more of a triangle formation, like a point.
I'm gonna
And
take that as an affirmation.
Yep, exactly. They know.
On a scale,
She's scared shitless and she can't talk right now.
yeah. So I'm gonna keep talking to Todd and Ryan. I'm gonna on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being death, permanent death, and 1 being nothing's going wrong, everything's fine. If we run into one of these, just one of these, what do you think?
They hold up. They're holding up every finger, so 20 altogether.
Okay.
And that's when Ryan turns to Celebi and she goes, "It's okay, honey. Go ahead. You may speak. Because if my father went ahead and threw me away like that for the daughter he always wanted, Bethany, I don't want fucking anything to do with the piece of shit."
Wait, what? Wait, what? He wanted a daughter like Bethany?
You guys think
like-
that junky form? You think that's the real her?
No. I'm just. I thought they were together. So
No,
What?
that's his precious daughter. He would never lay his hands on her. That's gross. But no, but he has to answer for his stupid debt because my fucking father is petty and couldn't accept that it was his fault what happened. It's like, yeah, you're a kid. You fucked up. Get over it. But at least you were allowed to live and he could have been happy, but no. She just huffs and turns away.
Rexy awkwardly pat her shoulders like, let's go see the furry standing people.
If it means anything, everyone, I really am sorry we're going through all this. I tried my best and I failed. I'm sorry, everyone. And she's gonna take the first. She'll lead the party into the cave, so she's first. Winnie and Pooh, as you guys are like all walking in, they're like, "Why are they acting like we're gonna hurt them? Jesus Christ, man! Guys, do you want a soda? I mean, shit, we're not taking you prisoner." Good God, are we that mean looking?
I've just never seen your kind before.
Their eyes light up. Would you like to visit the Oracle and learn about us, and learn about adamantites? And hey, Winnie, she's busy. Leave her alone. Leave her alone.
No, not particularly. But can I have some samples?
Of course. You just got to ask the person if you want to draw some blood. Go ahead.
I need blood, spit, urine, fur, nail clippings.
After you see Papa, after you guys are talking, you are free to explore the caves and everything. And well, go ahead, get yourselves in there because, oh boy, just when he goes, "Good luck, guys." Papa's not mean, he's just eccentric. And I only want to... How many people are going to go see Papa or Sugar Bear?
I mean, I guess Maury will, out of curiosity, if nothing else.
Okay, will Dr. Smith be joining?
I'll follow and take notes.
Scruffy, will you be joining, or would you like to take a look through the cave? Because you do see, they've created you've gone down quite a bit, and you got to ride down these really cool cloth slides, and now you're in a beautiful gym subterranean city.
I'd probably stick with wherever Uretzi's going. More than likely, at the moment, he's pretty anxious because of all this weird shit, so he would probably be sticking near the most normal human he knows.
And Uretzi, last question. Are you heading towards to see Sugar Bear? Well, Sugar Bee.
I am. She's hoping to share her journal to get a clue that she needs.
And as you're going around the city, you'd see, the music was pumping down here because it's a very lively civilization. What is mostly predominant, though, is dance clubs. There are more dance clubs than schools, hospitals, or anything. Do you see that dance battles specifically is how they handle everything? And you keep going until you finally come to the most beautiful, elaborate-looking cave house system. It's got a beautiful, elaborate gold railing trim. Even the steps are a mixture of quartzite and it's a gold you've never come across before. It's as if it's been fused together with this quartzite to make a whole new style of marbleization. You're being led through the house, and you just see, literally, instead of rock, paper, scissors, the people who clean the house or everything are like, all right, you're going to do the dishes today. Oh, hell no, no, I ain't getting that fucking nightmare. It took me 2 months to finish 1 day. And I was behind for a year. I don't want to do it. Oh, that's it. Battle, bitch. They rip off their uniforms. They're wearing these Adidas, jumpsuits, some fly-ass shoes, even Kangol hats, and they bust down dancing. Shit. Everyone got moves, and then finally, you reach Sugar Bear's room. And I'm going to need you all to give me an intellect roll, because before you, he makes Nathaniel look bulimic. You know those old, 70s beds that were gargantuan? His sides are still rolling over that. But he's still got his legs visible. He's got his arms. It just looks like his head's sinking in a little bit. And I just need you all to roll and see if you get higher than a 9. Actually, that's kind of appropriate, Maury. Just imagine 10 times bigger than that. Well. You all come in. He's wearing a really badass red Adidas jumpsuit. He's got black forces. And you all just need to roll, and let me see if you all beat a 9.
I got a natural 20.
I got 12.
Oh, okay, well, Dr. Smith, this ain't shit.
20.
Maury, once again, another person who's seen more. It's I've seen worse. And Scruffy.
Scruffy got a 7.
Scruffy, your arm is starting to transform a little bit, because you are starting to get disgruntled. Well. Finally, one of the most famous crews to the little theme park that I happen to provide the money for. Now, who's got my chocolate? You all look really fucking confused by this statement. Who's got my bar? My Hershey's? And then finally, Celebi reaches into her purse and goes, I got it, sir. And she throws him a chocolate bar, and he goes, he. Perfect. Now, here's the little thing. I've been letting y'all operate for about 10 years, and I've still been waiting for a piece of the pie. This time it's Ryan who realizes what's going on, reaches into a little fanny pack and pulls out a piece of pumpkin pie on a golden plate. Hey! Ooh, pumpkin pie. Now look, y'all, I ain't gonna sugarcoat this. Yes. He pulls his plate over to the side, and one of his henchmen just starts spooning sugar onto it. All right, now let's talk real. The name's Sugar Bear. And I'm the man that ensures ain't nothing going on in the underground that I don't have my hand in. But I've been wanting to go legit. Maybe have my hand in a piece of the pot roast. And Celebi's about to pull out a pot roast, and he goes, I'm talking about my money, bitch. Don't be cute. Now, which one of y'all's your Retsy?
She's gonna step forward and offer some empanadas.
Well. I could recognize that recipe anywhere. Empanadas. It looks like I'm finally getting a pouch full of something I really need in my life. Wait a minute! Back on point. I accept your empanadas, Yaretsi, but here's the thing. Like I said, where's Sugar Bear's piece of the amusement park? Where's my name on a ride? Why aren't the bears finally known? And why is dance battling still not a thing in the above ground? Answer me this, Yaretsi!
Someone blew up the landmass and now it's an island, and we were trying to contact you to help us any way you can.
He literally does a Chinese get up out of the bed, and the entire cave has like a 7.5 earthquake. Thankfully, they're prepared for this all the time. Whenever like Sugar Bear is like jumps into the bed and shit, this always happens. But anyway, y'all, give me. Now I'm not going to be that mean. You lose your footing a little bit, but you don't get hurt or anything. Nothing falls on you. You mean someone's deciding how my deal, what I was promised, is happening? You know, they're playing with my money, Yaretsi. I don't be playing with this. And they be playing with the most proudest custom and tradition of the Bear Clan. I can't be having this, young lady. When I asked your ancestor to watch over the above ground when King gave him his approval, we were promised. But you seem like a good girl who's got a right head on her head and can make and bake a mean cake. Yaretsi, somehow you have a cake in your hand. Do you hand it to him?
Yeah.
German chocolate. You know how to get straight to my heart, Yaretsi. I'm listening. Why are you here, by the way? I know y'all didn't come just for me to yell at ya.
She's gonna flip open the journal pages like, was this you? You mentioned my people.
That is correct, young lady. You see, I'll give you as the kids say, I can yammer on, I'll give you the shortened version. One of those three siblings decided he wanted to get rid of us, of the third life forms, even though that violated the rules, and another one warned us about it. So when they think they exterminated us, we hid away, and, well, we wanted to come back. It's not that we want to rule the lands, we want to live with you. We miss you. We love you. We love humanity, and and it's been so long. And King, well, he still kind of harbored a little bit of a grudge that you guys were so heartfelt on exterminating all 13 of the species of the adamantites. And when your great ancestor did that moment of prostration and allowed him to create the Grand Canyon, hell, that proved to us that you guys are exactly the people we've been waiting for. You finally got some sense on your head. And then you goddamn go and forget about us. What is going on, Yaretsi?
My people have never forgotten, and I too extend my hand in the way he did. But rather than you lose face and him asking for peace, I'll challenge you. Right?
Now, ooh, his eyes go wide. Now, if you're saying what you're saying, you're asking for me to help you guys out with all this and potentially help him realize his faulty ways. Well, you're in luck, Yaretsi, because I do believe I can do just that. And it will allow me to finally allow my people to reveal to humanity again. But I gotta know, do you have the grit to follow through with what's gonna happen? Do you got the moves, Yaretsi?
There's only one way to find out.
Alrighty then. For I am opening my cities to you all. I ask for you to give me 3 days to negotiate. and we will have our final confrontation.
She's gonna turn to look everyone like, I mean, there's nothing else she could really do at that time.
Sugar Bear turns, he looks at Scruffy, Dr. Smith, Maury. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Yoretzi. I mean, most people probably just look at him and call him Scruffy, but I mean, I think he's a very distinguished looking gentleman who is in the janitorial craft. I see that, and then I see a nerd and a rich man. Are you sure these people are going to be good for the dance battle? Never mind. Y'all gonna do perfect. We're gonna get me my chips, my bread, my cheddar. So enjoy the city, taking the sights and sound. I got some talking to do because I can smell them on you. That little shit never did get over his excommunication. Well, boys, give me my Timbs, the black ones. And give me my black Kangol hat and my black walking suit. I got negotiating to do. And bring the boombox. Okay, boss. And I'm going to open the floor to everyone. Yeah, you're in the 90s, but technology has advanced far more than even now because of the PBSO, Dr. Smith. Certain things that should have been invented in the 2000s has already come in the 80s. Yes, but what would have happened if we were ahead technology at that point? I'm just asking a what if. Would these things have happened earlier? Maybe. But yes, you are still going to incorporate many 90s things. Sugar Bear
When's
shoots
the
you
dance
all out.
battle?
But that's why dance battles aren't relevant right now, is because it is actually a tradition of the Bears. But I leave the ground to you all, because I'm going to do a group role play, and then we're going to go into another break. But first, let us do this scene as, well, all that happened, and I yield the floor to you all.
During
gonna
this
be
whole
on-
go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest, gang. I thought it was gonna be a fight.
Maury's just gonna look at Yoretzi judgingly, but not surprised.
I think you guys would have hate me because if you would have not come here, it would have been a fight.
No. But during this whole exchange, Maury's going to have been watching Dr. Smith because Maury had never met Dr. Smith. So just the want from her. Dr. Smith is a she, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, just from the want of her wanting to take samples and stuff like that has intrigued Maury. That has caught his attention. So, like, most of this time, he's been keeping, like, one eye on the situation and one eye on Dr. Smith, just to keep an eye and see what is she about.
When is the dance battle, and must we participate?
He said in 3 days.
Yes, 3 days. You all will have 3 days to freely do whatever you want down here in this, finding out what all this vast cavern of caves is linked to.
All right, I'm going to find one of the bears that I was asking for samples earlier. I've created a list of all the things that I need from him.
Dr. Smith, I will come back to you specifically because I actually have some things I would like to offer you first before you make it back there, because some things are going to pique your interest.
Yes, I'd like to know if they have glands or any venom sacs.
Actually, before coming back to your Etsy, this is actually very important at the moment because are you saying all this out loud just to yourself about what you're wondering?
I'm probably mumbling to myself while I'm taking notes about what I'm like curious about their like biology.
So you gotta beat a whopping 6 as it feels like someone bumps into you.
A 6 in what?
Just a strength.
Oh no. I got none of that. Well, I got a 17 on the dice, so I think I'm okay.
Okay, she went bouncing back quite a bit. Thankfully, she's not hurt, but you look. As you're looking at what bumped into, you see one of the female of the species. She looks like she's about 28 years old. She's wearing a lab coat, very large rimmed glasses, and she's clutching on a clipboard, and she looks at you, and she's just, oh my God, are you one of the carbon-based life forms that came in today? My name is Betty. Are you a doctor?
Yes, I'm Dr. Smith.
You wouldn't happen to have knowledge of anatomy, would you?
Of many species, yes, but of yours, no.
Well, if you're willing to listen and just follow my flow. I really need some help at the hospital right now. I've been trying to find anyone. Unfortunately, the new team of doctors, they still haven't awoken from their hibernation session yet, so I'm on my own, and I really need some help.
How long does your hibernation usually last?
She is really curious about that question. I'm so sorry. I don't want to be... What do you mean?
I mean, in general, on average, how long do you usually hibernate for?
Oh, well, I don't want to really alarm you, but, well, we stay awake for a period. We'll stay awake for a period of 100 years, and then we hibernate for 100. I'm coming to the end of my 100-year cycle, and I'm so sleepy.
And these others, how long have they been asleep for?
Their time should have been waking up. That's what I don't understand. Something is wrong. I mean, if I don't have time to run between both. Oh God, and I don't want to worry the papa. That's you can tell she's definitely just talking. Of course you do. You're a goddamn doctor.
That's what I figured. All right.
What is your goal with this?
Oh, whatever canteen I have on me, I'm going to make some instant coffee and try to see the effects on this little friend.
She is immediately drawn to the cup, going, "What's that? What is this? What is this magical elixir?"
It's roasted beans of a specific plant that have been crushed and brewed, and they help you stay awake.
Her eyes go wide. We have no such thing as this. Please.
Drink some.
How much do you have her drink?
I'm gonna go with 16 ounces of coffee.
Oh, dear God. So I am really glad I've made the Adamantites' biology so OP and different, but what happens to her is the minute she puts down the glass, for you, Dr. Smith, everything just looks like a blur that's in front of you, this little figure. But what has happened in these 5 seconds? She's ran, got a sandwich, got a book, went and did operation, performed every person's duty, and is back. And she just...
It seems I've found a solution to your problem.
Yes. She's just saying yes hundreds of times. And because of what you've done for her, because she didn't even know what was happening because she's just become one with the coffee force. For her, everything is just like the brown world, but it's like coffee lightning coming off of her hands and feet as she's running. I've become one with the bean. Yeah, that. And, well, damn it! And, Dr. Smith, you just solved fucking 3 puzzles, so I'm going to give you multiple rewards of what you were looking for.
That's
and
how
an extra.
I roll.
But good job, though. Honestly, I couldn't give you those hints about that, so great job. First things first, you are dropped the history it's a copy of the oral history passed from mouth to mouth. It's, of course, gotten to text, but it's from the very first time Papa told the story of when the great creators came and everything was brought life.
Ooh, is it written in their own language or is it written in our language?
So, this is where your mind is going to get blown, Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Yes, there is the portion that is their own text, but then there is Ye Old English man translation. It's as if there has been a person a human to help the publication of this. And I will be messaging you later. You are going to get to learn all of the 13 names of the species.
Do any of them have their own languages other than English and Ye Old English? Because I am no linguist, but I am interested.
So what you do find out that, yes, traditionally, every adamantite species has their own language. And as a reward, I'm going to tell you the species that was born second, so it's technically the second oldest species of the adamantites, is the axolotls.
Oh my gosh, fish babies.
Now, you also see the moment you read in the history of the Great Extinction Event. You see that literally it's Lahal, the male version of Alkenfell, leading a vast army to wipe out each species. But you see there was a trickster, and, well, this is his playground, and he's not letting anyone fuck with his toys. So, unbeknownst to the twins, they left out and told what is coming. To pull this off, you will need to sacrifice 100,000 of each of your people. But I assure you, with this, you will never be bothered by humanity again. And, well, it also leaves you in the best position if you ever wanted revenge. And this trickster, well, of course, of how close they are to Alkenfell and Lahal. And if there was a camera and you see a picture, you see a drawing that looks really like fucking Riley and your grandfather, Dr. Smith, your great-great-grandfather, looks just like him, and you just see the trickster. And yes, each of the 13, 100,000 people, men, women, and children, fade to black. We don't need to go there. We know what happened. But because of that, they've prospered even more. But they will always hold that grudge that families that asked for nothing had to be taken from this world. There was a debt to be paid. Yes.
Do I have an inkling that this trickster has anything to do with a certain ship that's asking for help?
Roll me a d20. Let me know if it's higher or lower than 10.
It's higher.
Dear God, your stomach hurts because, yes, you have an inkling.
Oh, yeah.
Now, would you like to keep reading the book?
Of course, I will not stop reading the book.
You scroll over, and this is the last information that the bears have been given from, well, you see other civilizations have been much more willing to share their cultures. You see that the ants are based more on like a warrior Aztec race. The axolotls are more like ancient shogun Japan. They have a form. Honestly, it's kind of like a mixture of Ainu and Japanese. So the ants, it's a mixture. Their language is reminiscent of like the Mayans and the Aztecs. The dolphins, these ones, you learn as the axolotls claim the western hemisphere. So they have, is that the Pacific or Atlantic?
Western is Pacific.
Thank you.
At least for us.
The dolphins own the Atlantic, and you see their language would be best to be described as ancient Sumerian. And then you see the most interesting of all the species is the one that is labeled lemurs. And I just got to read it in the voice of, because you see that literally there was a communication like a day ago of what's been going on with them, and it's from their still the King Julian. It's just, hello, BB, hello, my friend. It is King Julian, and I'm here to tell you we are still grooving down here, baby. You know you need to come down here and shake those buns. You talk about being dance battles, but you never know you can beat Julian. Yeah, baby. Yeah, you get the people are a lot of fun.
Depends on your definition of fun.
You also see that not all of the adamantites were anthropomorphic like species. They are just like there are what the gas bowels are descended from. The Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds were adamantites because they were the ones that really helped to create the atmosphere on this planet, because they're not really a solid species. They are always in the constant state of solid to literally light to static electricity, but they find a way to make it work by always flying in the atmosphere and controlling all of that. You see a race of, my God, what would these things be called? It has a giant shell, 4 legs, and the head can retract. You see they are named the turtles. They are the greatest source of safe transportation in dangerous seas or any environment. They can survive in the bottom of the ocean or the vacuum of space. quite literally their shells are like a perfect camping ground. So people, of course the adamantite knows, but those that need to travel in the sea, they depend on the turtle race. You see the moth people, the moths. You see the ants. And you know what, for right now, the last one you read about, because God damn it, she got coffee all over those pages. You read about the Siberian, well, they're not Siberian, they're tigers. These ones, once again, are not anthropomorphic, but you see that what people have interpreted as mountain ranges and what you've climbed these. Those are just calcified shells protecting the body. They grow to be about the size of 800 meters tall. But the saving grace is they don't eat meat. They're not carnivores or herbivores. They eat air. They're airivores. That's how they keep their bodies so gargantuan. And quite literally, one breath for them keeps them fed for thousands of years.
Just a question, what do they convert that air into? And what specifically in the air?
You would have to I cannot answer.
Oh man, oh no, I am upset by this.
You do see that this author says that's the biggest mystery of them, is how do they convert this into energy? But what you did notice, though, is the tigers cannot give birth without the thunderbirds, and that giving birth correlates with their biggest breath. So maybe that's why there are no more. There haven't been any since the thunderbirds disappeared. You continue on and you read more, and then when you find to the final portion that's really in depth about the axolotls, honestly, the bears have tried offering olive branches, but all that is there is an air of male chauvinism, authority, dominance, and that they are the greatest thing on this planet. They are perfection, and anything else, even other adamantites, are trash. And the worst of them all is the Alaxalenin clan, where the first axolotl, that was his clan he founded. To this day, the clan is still around, and they have a 200-acre compound on the bottom of the ocean. And, well, the only thing that just says is nothing but misfortune follows. And while you are going over this book, I would like to... Moonlight, are you okay to speak at the moment, or would you just like to sit in for right now?
Yeah, I'm okay to speak.
I have to ask some quick questions real quick, because I do not want to assume. Now, yes, the whole tour bus happened, but when all the vision faded, you saw that you were in a vast redwood forest. Nathaniel Scruffy told you, hey, I know some guy here in the woods that we can go to, and Scruffy said, well, that's oddly coincidental because that's where I was going to tell you about. Did Moonlight go with everyone else when they went to go find the cave?
Did Riley go off to see the cave?
Yes, but you notice Riley has been really weird the entire time.
Like how weird?
He is really upset. He's just shaky. He's like something has really rattled him.
To the point that even Moonlight should be cautious, or can I just reach out and grab him?
Oh, you can of course talk to him if you would like to.
She grabs him by the back of his shirt and she lifts him up and faces him towards you.
Ah! Oh, hey, honey.
Okay, so every time you get really upset, you just shut down completely, and I need some communication from you right now. What is going on with you?
When you helped me wake up, I had to confront the other guy in me, and I found out what I really am, and I saw some things, Moonlight. Oh, you're still muted.
She says, okay, so if this is stuff that you need some time to wrap your head around and then come back to me, that's fine. But if you want to talk to me about it now it's best we do this before things get really batshit crazy.
You're all you both keep your distance as you're following behind Yoretzi and everyone, following the path. Roll me a d20 real quick, Moonlight, high or low.
Hi.
Okay, I guess the dice gods want this. There is a point to where when Riley tells you something, I'm going to DM it to you privately, so this is only for you. All you can think of is you hold Riley close to you. You guys get a little lost until you finally are able to hear what sounds like R&B music. Does Moonlight follow the music?
Hey, she loves some rave music, so if Riley's emotionally stable enough, she would like to, but if he's not ready to get out of the conversation, she's gonna just stay with him and comfort him.
He just asks if you're willing to hold his hand, and that'll give him the strength to keep going.
She holds his hand, and then she also gives him some comforting smooches.
And just as you're about to reach the group, Riley tells you, I finally realized why it feels like I don't sleep. Yoretzi, ain't Moonlight. He's been taking control of my body when I was asleep. Moonlight.
Oh.
He's the one that gave them the keys and hired and told them where to go. He's not who he says he is, and I'm scared that he's going to take over me. He says, I remember the last thing as I took control is he said his real name is Loki, and he won't be forgotten. Please hold me.
She just wraps her arms around him, and she puts her whole love and devotion into that hug. Listen, whoever Loki is to you, then I'm not gonna let him hurt us. I'm not gonna let him hurt you. Alright? We're in this together. That means we're gonna finish all of our missions together.
He just gives a few kisses up your arm, going, Karamia, you're the best.
Oh, mon cher.
And thankfully, you catch up as everyone was at the entrance to the cave, and Moonlight, you see these two really big gentlemen, and now for me to give a really better description of how the guards looked, they each look about to be maybe 8'5". They both have, their fur is actually not really the average grizzly color. It's more of a yellowish color, and they were both wearing red shirts. And yeah, Moonlight, you heard them. One's name is Winnie and the other's name is Pooh. They have red shirts.
You ass. I knew it.
And then you saw Yogi was another one with more of a brownish fur coating, but he was wearing a green tie as he waved you in. Green tie with a green, like more of a fedora hat. And you just heard him going, oh, wait, oh, wow, I gotta go pick up my son. Boo-Boo's out of kindergarten. And he went running. And then, of course, you had the encounter with Sugar Bear. Seeing that girth, that man made Nathaniel look skinny. But he can get out of bed, and he is so for the next 3 days, Moonlight, you are allowed free dominion across the crystal cave cities that apparently have many different entrances, can wind up above ground. But right now, there are some negotiations going on because you're all labeled as monstrous terrorists that destroyed the 1/3 of California and caused the death of 125,000 people. Scruffy was apparently the head bomb maker, and, well, Sugar Bear is going to handle the negotiations to get everything right for you. But it's most likely going to come with a dance battle. Because as you're looking around, Moonlight, you do see that dancing is a big part of their culture. Specifically, they don't do things like with wrestling, fighting, or even like or rock, paper, scissors. Everything is handled by dance battles.
Moonlight is blushing right now. She really can't dance.
Well, now this is actually my question. Did you follow behind Yoretzi, Maury, Dr. Smith, and Scruffy into the room with Sugar Bear?
I did, but only because I don't trust these people to win a dance battle.
Thank you. But Moonlight, did you as well?
I mean, if Riley and Moonlight were done talking, then yeah, because Moonlight does need some information of what the hell's going on.
Riley told you that he will continue to, he'll tell you more when later, because he's a little worried surrounded by the bears, because he's got some things to tell you. So when you went in there, you did find out that, yeah, you are part of the dance battle team.
Oh, no.
You, Maury, Scruffy, and Uretzi, and Dr. Smith.
Okay. I have been taught the ways of dance, and I don't trust any of you.
Now, that is hilarious. So after the meeting was done, Sugar Bear actually lifted off the ground. He went to go above ground to go meet with who he knows is responsible for everything, is MM and King. Oh, and everyone and Celebi revealed that no, MM is not in some weird boyfriend relationship with Bethany. Bethany is his prized daughter. And I will also add, Celebi has also informed you all that that purple powder that his wings expels is the greatest cure for drug addiction. Even if you're at the intravenous stage, you will be cleaned. It completely cleans your system. But it's up to you to wonder why Bethany needs that so bad. And that he considers Bethany his prized daughter, not Celebi, Moonlight.
Huh. Oh, that's a lot to take in, to be honest.
And Dr. Smith wanted to go and get some samples. And, well, as Dr. Smith gone, I can't really tell, but all you saw is that they had went off, but now they, maybe a good, not that far off, maybe they'd only been walking for 15 minutes, but they had bumped into a small, doctor-looking woman. And then the next thing you know, Dr. Smith gives them a drink and they had become a living blur. And now Dr. Smith is standing there reading a book. But I would like to still be presently with Uretzi, Scruffy, and Moonlight for group role play. And yes, there's a specific reason why Maury is not included.
Wait, what was Maury?
I cannot say.
No, that's Moonlight just noticing, oh wait, Maury's gone?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, of course you may say that.
Good, because I just did. Wait, what was Maury?
Riley looks at you confused. Uretzi, Scruffy, how do you respond to this question?
Uretzi pulls herself out of her existential crisis because she thought it was a fight. It's I don't know what happened.
Scruffy wasn't paying too much attention. He was a little distracted with the thought of having a dance in public.
I mean, to be fair, dancing is terrifying. It is fun, but if this is a battle, I gotta take it serious.
Heh.
Gruff is the most serious he's ever been.
Scruffy!
You know what? I believe that.
Scruffy, you noticed that you are getting a lot of attention from the females here. Granted, procreation between adamantites and carbon-based life forms impossible, but you guys can still have fun together. But you're getting a lot of attention from the bear females, it's the mustache. They've never seen a mustache before, and you are blowing their fucking mind.
Scruffy has a fiance. He's fully locked in.
Celebi is just she thought you would hate her for all this, and she's just, wait, you're still willing to accept me, even though I failed and I caused all this? And she drops to her knees crying.
Wait, Scruffy was able to back out? That's too late now.
She looks at you and says, Scruffy, you can still back out.
Scruffy said what he said.
She hugs your legs and just goes, God, I love this man. Now, Uretzi, that existential crisis you were speaking of, finally, your phone is going off. And that's when you see Moonlight, Scruffy, you see Riley immediately turn to the right and drop to his knees and go, no. Uretzi, do you answer the call from Alkenfell?
Yeah.
Uretzi, I hope, I don't know if this was just a mistake or if your aunt's really there. Oh God, we lost them both. Joker and the Master is dead. We lost the Master and, oh dear God, I don't know what's going on in the park. Uretzi, be careful. I don't know what's happening. I know the Hall's happy because he's dead, but... Oh God. I knew I had someone here to help me to keep him. I don't know what's happening anymore. It's as if there was someone else working against us this entire time. Just be careful, Uretzi, because whatever is going on, there is so much more than we ever could know. Please just make it safe so we can all rebuild together and find a way just to get the park back. Does Yuretsi say anything?
Oh, yeah. She says, I will. I'm bringing help.
Oh, my God. You're still there, honey. Oh, my God. I was so scared because there was at first there was the whole thing, us being told that everyone's family members were taken, they weren't at the bunker, and then being told, no, that we had to make it look good. What do they mean they had to make it? Who the hell is doing all of this? Yuretsi, from the last time, because I remember you rolled pretty high when you consulted your book. The last name you remember linked to all misfortune, there was no image, just a name, Yuretsi, and we're actually going into our next break. We're going to take a 20-minute break, guys, and we'll be finishing up the session. Because I just want to have Dr. Smith go to the area where she's going to get her samples, because there's one last event for her for today's session, and I just want to finish up with the group. So, 20-minute break, guys. We're coming back at 10:22. I know I went a little bit longer. I do apologize. I need to make sure I do better because of my back, dear listeners. So, we're going to have a nice little break here, and I will... So, see you at air in 20... We'll say 25. I will see everyone in 25 minutes. Excellent. All right. So, before going forward, the player from Moonlight is just feeling a little ill, and going forward from now on, I will always prefer for the players to always be the voice for themselves and not be fearful that their character will always have to be, on autopilot. So we will address what was going on with Yuretsi and not Yuretsi, Moonlight with everybody else. But for right now, just out of respect for them not feeling well, we'll put that portion on pause, but that does not mean Yuretsi and Scruffy scenes and for this portion of the group roleplay is cut off, because no, they are still allowed to proceed going forward, because for those two, there's still quite a bit going on, and when Maury gets back, I actually would prefer to start with them when they return. I just wanted to let the listeners and fellow players know going forward why Moonlight and why Moonlight's not being called on is because they're just not feeling well. And Maury, are you back with us now? Actually, no, I can't. Dr. Smith. Oh, goodness gracious. Make sure my
That would be so funny. Oh my God, that could be like it merch.
Right.
Oh my God, that would be great merch.
I would love that, actually. So, actually, this is kind of a combo thing. So, Dr. Smith, I need you to roll me a d20, and I need to see if you come close to a certain number.
Ooh, so it's just a straight die roll, I tell you the number?
Yep, just a straight die roll.
Oh, jeez. I finally rolled low. It's a 2.
You're lost in the book. And as you are just going over the book, just reading the last facts about the Axolot and Lenlin clan, Maury, I need you to keep your answers you answer how you feel without it being too revealing unless you want to reveal certain information. With what you have become privy to, what would you like to do next?
He's going to keep that information to himself.
Now, would Maury Oh, sorry, you keep going?
Because Maury wants to see what Dr. Smith plans to do.
Okay. Thank you. That's actually all I needed to know, because that already answered a question I wanted to ask, and you answered it without me having to ask. So, Dr. Smith, you don't... This has been a day. You were expecting to be enjoying a vacation, and now you're involved in all of this. But what's really getting your attention now, because Betty... speech has become practically impossible for her just because of how fast she is. You've just noticed this line of post-it notes with letters that are spelling out sentences. Here's my question. Would you like to just keep going, or are you going to read the message that Betty's leaving for you?
Of course I'm going to read the message.
This elixir is truly a miracle. Maybe I think it just might be able to awake the hibernation. You just need to head towards it's labeled cryogenics. Well, Papa had us label it as cavogenics. And it's close to our research science department and our ecology. Just head go straight 4 blocks and then take a right, and you'll be there within 10 minutes. Does Maury follow not Maury, does Dr. Smith follow these instructions, or would you like to go somewhere else?
I'm gonna hold out some of the instant coffee and speak as quickly as possible. It would be much faster if you took it.
Roll me a d20. You gotta beat a 5. Actually, wait, hold on. Let me consider your character real quick. I will make it a difficulty 4. You have to beat a difficulty 4 speed roll. Remember to add your tier and edge. You just gotta beat a 12.
Of speed? I have no edge.
Oh no.
I can't edge.
Still add your tier. You can still add your tier.
Okay.
Unless, before you roll, actually, let me offer you this. If you give me 4 speed points, I will reduce it to a difficulty 2, and you just got to beat a 6.
I only have 9 in my pool. So shoot.
That's exact. This is where the hard choice comes to.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take that.
Alrighty, go ahead. So go ahead. Just make sure to, not from the main pool, but from the
one that says pool.
Yes, perfect. And you're just going to go down to a 5.
Damn it. Wait. Why'd I waste that? Okay.
And what'd you get for your roll?
18 on the dice, so 20.
Well, remember how I explained to you how the cipher system works? I really love the fact that even outside of combat, crits start at 17.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
So you just crit. Very good job. We go up, not just the combined, but the first roll. So because you crit, I'm not going to give you a hard choice and a disadvantage. By the
way, I just realized one of my skills is fast talk.
You know, because you just reminded me about that, I'm going to allow you to have 2 of your points back.
Sweet.
Because the fast talk will be one of those 2 points. So please, guys, don't be afraid to remind me of certain skills like that so I can give you your proper stuff back and make the roll adjusted properly. But, okay, so you get 2 of those back because that's not fair because you should have had another natural decrease. Now, with this, this is like the perfect handoff, like as if you're in the Olympics doing a handoff with a baton. You hand it off, like you toss it in the air and just perfectly, she's already caught it. And while she's passing you, she's able to read your lips and get the gist that it'll be faster for her to try. And she takes off in the direction to go. For your crit, I will say, thankfully, she does not spill the coffee trying to get it into the food. Oh, gosh darn it. The feeding tube,
Upper?
IVs. Thank you. She's perfectly able to pour it into the bags, and God damn it, Dr. Smith, you fucking solved it. Well, there was something that was preventing the hibernation. I am, for the last part of this crit, they're going to save some of this milky solution that is in the trace remnants of some of the IVs. I will only ask if you want to take it if you go there. What are you doing when Betty headed off there?
I'm gonna turn and see if Maury wants to go with me.
Now, because you rolled a 2, you don't know if Maury's there.
No, I don't.
But you let out an answer. Let me answer this, just to keep it still vague. What would Maury answer? Would Maury think this is interesting?
Oh, absolutely. Maury's totally invested in this now.
You get the gist that they are completely on board. You don't see them, but God damn it, you know they're there. You'll find them.
Yeah, Maury, I'm going to go. If you want to go with me, I want to see what happens when they eventually crash from the caffeine.
Some gentle stones fall from the ceiling.
Oh, well, Dr. Smith, as you're heading towards that department, Maury, all I'm going to say, I would like just a simple D20 roll.
17.
Oh, my goodness. The dice gods are very favoring you guys tonight because, well, Maury, you get to trigger a fun encounter that will go on for the next 3 days, and hopefully, if things go right, this will be another big thing to go towards the final event. You're looking around till finally you are one with the night. There is no one that can see you. But then you're following behind Dr. Smith, and then, dear God, even you're just like, ah! How long have you been there? You can't tell. Are they 10 or are they 100? You have no idea how old this bear is. Wait, are they a bear? No, they're not a bear. They're a bat. Yeah, they're definitely a bat humanoid. Because, interesting. And they're just looking at you with just big wide eyes, just not saying anything. You don't feel any animosity, but you feel some curiosity about them.
Nosferatu.
Maury, actually, knowing because of who you are, your character's background, and your vast literature collection, I am going to give you this. You have... Oh, well, you heard rumors that Bram Stoker, it wasn't actually... So in this universe's Bram Stoker's Dracula, it's more on the lines of Nosferatu. It wasn't just a big real estate book about real estate and shit. This was more on the lines of Nosferatu, and you swear that the original design drawing is this little guy.
Interesting.
Now it's really adorable because he's kind of like blowing out his cheeks and sticking out just the tip of his tongue, going, and then he holds up a hand, wanting to hold your hand. Do you hold his hand?
Absolutely.
Hello, Maury. My name is Lord Tempest. You are hearing me from direct contact. I could not leave my sight the minute it gazed upon you. My sight could not leave you. What are you, Maury?
I am me.
I do not know this me, but you seem wise. I want to know more about the me, and of course you, Maury. And I do believe I might be able to help you, but you are probably wondering, what do I desire? Something about you. I just want to join you, and the assistance I provide will hopefully be enough payment. So if you allow this, Vlad would actually like to approach your broken leg, Maury.
Okay.
Do you allow him to?
Maury likes this guy, so yeah.
So what he does is he rolls up your pants leg, and this is not trying to, like, out of malice. He's making an incision where the break is, and he licks his palm, and as he runs it across your leg, your red blood cells become hyperactive, and you literally see, and it even affects the marrow in your bone. It's the spider leg, apologies. It's actually around the same lines because it's causing the marrow and the bone to reknit. No.
That's cool.
And he asks for your hand again so he can speak to you.
Yeah, I give him my hand back.
Yes, do not worry. I promise it is not anything like magic. My species, our saliva was used to help promote the healing process and the carbon, silica, and adamantite. We were meant to be one of the bridges between the three species. Each one of the base forms actually has one, just like where we have an ability in our DNA that has gone to our creation that will be able to help all three. I am as such.
Are there more like you, or is it just you?
I have lost my kind in my family. The bears have been so kind to allow me to stay in the cave. I have just been too terrified to try and find my kind again, because the last time I was in humanity, they treated me like a monster. And because my kind can only speak through physical contact, I could not express who I am, and I mean no harm. I just want to go home.
Where is your home?
If hopefully you have some friends that know this planet and possibly are able to traverse dangerous locations, because my home, it is in the striped mountain range to where the tigers sleep. We have always been more of a symbiotic relationship with the tigers. It's just trying to reach such a range by myself is beyond my means.
Maury, are you able to communicate with this creature?
Yes, I can.
I'll hold up a test tube.
I did not want to assume. I actually wanted to ask if Dr. Smith was looking around, but
I was paying very much attention to the healing properties.
No, thank you. So no, you just beat me. So thank you very much for letting me know already. Because I actually, when Vlad hears you, Dr. Smith, he's going to hold out his free hand and offer it to you. Does Dr. Smith take the hand?
I'm gonna stick my finger in his palm.
That's more than enough contact. Good day. Are you an acquaintance of the one named Mori of the me species? My name is Vlad Tepes. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I am an acquaintance of Mori. I am Dr. Smith. Perhaps I could get a sample of your spit. I'll hold out a flask.
Dr. Smith, would you like to take notes about his physical? I will give you a much better physical description for both of you.
Oh, I had already been taking notes the moment he was healing.
So, because you answered that, allow me to reward it then. Maury, Dr. Smith, the best physical description I will now give you is Vlad Tepes, he's about 5'2", and his arms are dragging on the ground. But you do see, even though he kind of has like a bulging belly, he has to have like a 15% body fat. And his hands have at least double the amount of bones in the metacarpal and muscles in the palm and finger areas. And you get that this is definitely meant for climbing. And Dr. Smith, in some of your notes, you do note how even though his legs are shorter, they are exceptionally muscly, and that his torso is 80% of his height. So you estimate their lungs are very large. Is there anything Dr. Smith would be, and Vlad is actually going to be nice for you because he actually has his own darn it. I forgot the proper term of the water skin. But he drains the water out of it, and he actually, this is when I'm going to fully describe it now. It's not spit. It's the same thing with the Thunderbirds. It gives because he's drawing it from his mouth, it's more of a secretion along the lines of plasma. And he fills up the water skin and hands it to you.
So he has glands in his mouth.
Would you like him to open his mouth?
Yes, I would like to take a look inside the mouth to see where the glands are and how they secrete.
Maury's just going to be watching Dr. Smith as she weirdly starts poking around in this creature's mouth.
So, and here's the thing, you actually are Vlad's teeth, you discover they are retractable, and he pulls his teeth so no harm comes to your skin. And you do notice, kind of like a duck, they have a serrated tongue on the edges. He definitely doesn't just survive on blood like how legends are. And when you ask him to retract his teeth back up, you notice there's more grounded teeth for signs of this creature being a vegetarian. And what you see is, instead of tonsils, he has sets of pituitary glands on each side of his throat where the thyroid gland should be, and that his tongue kind of secretes it from the tip like a proboscis, and that's where the secretions come from. Is there anything else you would like to learn?
Based on the location of the pituitary gland, would I assume that his brain is much too large to be staying in his skull like that? Like that it takes up more space?
And now allow me for a much better physical description of the head to help, hopefully this will help answer a little bit. You notice his head is exceptionally wide, like a watermelon. Their brain must be very huge. And when you really feel his neck, it's as if the vertebrae there for the neck is about a good 20 inches in diameter. So you imagine these creatures these species can't have their brain rocked around like us because of how strong their neck is.
That's cool. I'm just going to leave it in my notes.
And Vlad Tepes is you putting a finger into one palm and holding Maury's hand. He tells you more about the mountain range. and about how there was some crazy fisherman who wrote a horror story called At the Mountains of Madness that is based on the mountain range his species comes from. And from what he understands, the best way to start the journey is at the southern tip of Antarctica.
That journey should be easy enough. Maury's got the resources, and Maury's been to Antarctica before, for reasons.
And Maury, don't think I didn't forget. You actually remember reading something in your map to Rydell. It is actually close by to this mountain range. So just to give you that, you could actually potentially visit 2 spots in the future.
All right.
And he tells you more about the other adamantites and the great tragedy of what happened, how there was the trickster, and the only thing he remembers is the name Loki. And the most distinguishing feature about Loki is he had curved horns. Not curved, sorry. He had horns that came from his head, but they didn't look like any kind of like calcified horns. These looked like literal tree branches coming from his forehead.
This sounds like an interesting creature.
And he tells you one last word. From what I remember, attached to Loki was one other word. Ogre. You've never heard the word ogre before. Once again, in my world, ogres don't exist. So Dr. Smith and Maury, I would like to know both of your opinion. How do you feel when you're told this?
Do you have a description and or image?
He does. Would Maury and Dr. Smith be okay with him stopping your progression real quick to draw something?
Sure.
Yeah.
He draws the Earth, and just as you recall, there's that big gargantuan planet. But then you see him drawing what looks like glyphs floating towards the planet. He draws a line connecting, being like triangles with eyes, with 12 wings, with bestowing life. You see drawing like monkeys, everything, plants, everything coming from them. He writes the word, 2 words, free will. You see when he connects another line, 3 babies. Well, you see 2 children, 3, but there is 4. Draws another line. And this is where really I'm going to say your attention is really drawn, because you see him draw. Goddamn, this Vlad is a very talented drawer, because that definitely looks like Alkenfell, but half Alkenfell, half Lahal. But then you see branching off, you see him drawing. It looks like your grandfather and Riley, but then he drew him praying, and you see he drew a tree. He points at the tree. He points at the earth. Points at Riley. Oh God. When he touches your finger in your hand, we had legend that when the planet was born and when everything began, not only was life brought into this planet from the impregnation, but also the very ground was given sentience. Maury, you're thinking, oh shit. Did what happened with Biscuit, how Biscuit was born underneath the house and the house was given sentience? Did the PBSO, when it was impregnated the planet, did it give the fucking planet self-sentience? The will and anger of the planet is known as the ogre. Ogre, Loki. And then you see him finally draw the branches, but then you see him draw all 13 of the different adamantites and just attacking and ripping the branches. These must never come in contact with Loki. Our great tragedy will befall.
Maury is super curious about that.
I've heard a rumor that the Mothman, the one up above, I had heard a rumor that he was given something by the leader of the Axolotls.
Do you know what that is? Or what it could be?
He points at the branch. One of them. It cannot be destroyed, but it can be contained.
Contained, you say?
Yes, this is why I'm glad you're the one that encountered Vlad. This is actually going off what everyone has been doing. This is not convenient. This is because of the choices you made. That's all I will say. So, but I am actually going to pass the baton for the last bit of this session as Vlad, Dr. Smith, and Maury make it to the cavogenics section because we need to return back to Scruffy and Uretzi. Scruffy, Uretzi, I am opening back the floor up because I want to know what your next choice is, as because I understand Uretzi, though. She is coming out of a lot, just a lot. And honestly, Scruffy, I'm giving you advantage the next session because of how you've been role-playing Scruffy. And you handled the mini freakout very well. So, B, please remember you have advantage next session.
Understood.
But I open the floor to you both. What would you two... Actually, would you two stay together talking, or would Uretzi head off in a different direction while Scruffy would? It is up to you. Please, take the floor.
She doesn't head off because really she doesn't know where to go.
Yeah, Scruffy is still a little shook by his essentially his arm having a seizure on him earlier. So
Would you
like I
like-
said, he's still sticking with Uretzi.
So, B, I'm actually glad you brought that up about Scruffy because I would like to offer you something. If you would like to roll to try to get your arm back under somewhat control, because you're hearing a voice that you've never heard attached to your transformation before. It's a little jarring because you just hear what sounds like a jester laughing. So I will offer you this, B. You may make a difficulty 4 roll, but if you give me 4 of your strength points, I'll lower it to a 2, so you won't have to beat a 12. What would you like to do?
Nah, fuck it, we ball.
Alrighty, my man, roll me a d20. You got to beat a 12.
Well, that is a 14, so last I checked, 14 is bigger than 12.
I would actually like you to role play this for me. How do you get this under control as the last thing you're looking at your arm as it's wigging out is you see pop out of the bottom of your elbow a Jekyll with a Harlequin paint-like job, and you see a slot machine appear on your wrist, but you're able to control it. So how does this look?
Scruffy would he would kind of cradle his arm lovingly and go, shh, 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 my little Chiquita.
Oh, what a drag. Finally, it was time to roll the dice. Maybe next time. Maybe next. And actually, because you did say that, you get a really badass pinup on your forearm. But the best way to describe it is this looks more like a pinup designed by H.R. Giger. Still very tasteful, but it's like a species you would never recall. Still, though, it's goddamn, it's badass. Does Scruffy allow that to be seen, or do you just roll up your sleeve?
Oh yeah, no, Scruffy absolutely lets that be seen. Hell yeah.
As you are going, because Scruffy's just admiring his tattoo, actually no. Scruffy, would you like to roll if you notice what some people are saying?
Sure.
Give me a difficulty 4 intellect roll, so you gotta beat a 12. God damn. Yes. So you clearly catch on as you see a few people actually like drop to their knees, praying at the symbol on your forearm, and you hear 2 words. Gaia, mother of the ogre, we ask for your benevolence. Please let your messenger guide deem us worthy. Uretzi, this is not lost on you, and would this be something Uretzi's people would have been in that book?
I don't think like the exact name, but maybe the description they spoke of, like it would click something.
You stop in your tracks, and you just see all these people looking at Scruffy's arm, and Scruffy, man, you think it's just because you got a badass fucking tat. Uretzi, is there anything you would like to ask Scruffy or anything before continuing on?
She's gonna inspect, and then try to find something similar to show him, because she's
You're looking, and god damn it, that's where it is. You find this gnarled looking tree that is on the top of a mountain, but inside like the trunk area is that woman. Not her, it's just her torso sticking out from it. Uretzi, because of your medical knowledge, would you like to examine Scruffy's arm?
I would, yes.
because of your knowledge, because of who you are, anybody else would have been attempting this. This would have been an immediate 6. I'm going to, just like with Scruffy here, I'm going to give you actually, no, you'll get a difficulty 3. You got to beat a 9 for intellect.
I got a 19.
You crit. So you are going over Scruffy's arm, looking at it. He tells you that it was a prototype. But the way this was, it was injected into his body. But he did remember one last part to where it was as if they were doing how they have to chisel in like an artificial vertebrae or something. Something was hammered into his elbow area. Because of your crit, you really examine that, and you notice about the diameter of a nail what looks like petrified wood.
Mm.
It is up to you, Yuretsi, if you want to reveal what you found, or if you would like to talk to Scruffy about possibly maybe trying to remove this, because maybe that's why his arm wigs out so much. It's a hypothesis, but the ground is for both of you.
It's like, you get strange, like more and more strange every time I talk. How the hell did you get this? And she doesn't say the thing about it being petrified wood.
What's strange about a man having a cybernetic arm? I don't see nothing wrong with that. You're just cyborgist.
Cybernetic is pushing it a little.
Well, if it ain't cybernetic, what would you call it?
That is unnaturally natural. And she'll say the thing about the petrified wood.
So, B, this is going to sound like a really dumb question, but this is very important. When was the last time Scruffy had a full body physical, or himself really showering and being attentive about his body? I'm sorry, dumb question, but this is very important.
Scruffy doesn't believe in doctors.
Oh, shit. Are you willing to let Yuretsi kind of give you it's just for medical, like how a doctor patting your body, giving you a physical thank you.
Only if she
But
swears
this is up
that
to Scruffy.
Only if she swears that she isn't one of them quacks. She better be reputable, like an apothecary or something.
Yeah. I was here to help patch you guys up and also guide you to get lost.
Okay.
So you're more like a witch doctor? I mean, that flies with me.
That was good. That was good.
I'll take alchemist, but I'm not super fond of the idea. What with the magic and all.
I don't have magic, so you're safe from that.
Good, I was a little worried.
As you're going over Scruffy's body, examining his veins, everything seems fine in the chest, torso, shoulders. You inspect the back. But then when you get to the lower lumbar region is when you notice something, Yuretsi.
Mm-hmm.
There are no more how normally with veins, because the blood hasn't been exposed to oxygen, it's blue. You're now noticing tracing the same veins. It's not normal flesh. It's fibrous, like a plant. And when you get to Scruffy's legs, the bottom of his feet are becoming more like the properties of plant roots.
I don't know how to tell you this, not sounding crazy, but you're turning into a tree, my friend.
Well, now that seems unlikely. Alkenfell said that shouldn't happen.
I get a lot of conflicting information about Alkenfeld every time I talk to them.
Some of the bears that were praying, their heads raise up when they hear about what you said, Yuretsi. And they say, no, the child, the Messiah was not... Oh no, please, we have to take you to she who sees beyond the winds. We believe you have been lied to by the trickster. You are being made to create the new apex predator. We must find a way to reverse the process. If only you will trust us to take you to her.
She's gonna glance between, really herself and Scruffy, which one?
They point at Scruffy.
What, you think Alkenfell is this Loki? I was pretty clear his name is Alkenfell. He told me himself.
No. Of course you would be confused. No. The one known as the trickster Loki. The best way to remember him is he has 2 great horns that come from his forehead. but they are not horns, they are branches.
I think I'd have remembered if Alkenfell had some of them.
I fear that, young lady, did you say he has a petrified splinter in his elbow?
Correct, yes.
Dear God, they've returned. He lied. We fear your companion here has been implanted with a fragment of Loki, and only wherever he goes, chaos follows.
I mean, Chaos was happy before he showed up proper, so it's just like, I don't believe in bad luck.
Good, because you must steal away any fear, superstition, because he will use it to his advantage for his great game. Because that's all this is to him, just a game. Please, if you will follow us, we will take you to she who sees beyond the winds. Does Scruffy and Uretzi follow?
It's up to Scruffy.
Scruffy is a little interested in what's happening here. Maybe we should go with him. Not saying I don't believe you, but I also mostly don't believe him. And we should probably get my arm looked at.
Here, she resides in the crystal pools, so we will need to call a turtle transportation, so please be patient. If you choose to follow behind them, you will see when they go to a massive conch shell about the size of a stadium speaker, and when they blow it, about 2 minutes pass, and then you see a turtle, and just his head is about a good 50 meters tall, and he rolls in, and that's when you see literally the side of the turtle shell opens up, and a little stairway starts to roll down. It's time for your turtle transport. Sheldon reporting for duty. How's everyone doing? If that's a little hard for you, you can just call me the turtle bus. Now, transportation between she who sees between the winds and here is, of course, free. So do not worry about a bus pass. And please do remember, please buckle up. And remember, there is 2 complimentary beverages for the ride. We will be, traversing the depths for at least 3 hours, but it will be relaxed because there are no signs of the larger marine life today, and some of the eldritch beings have decided they wanted to go check out the Mariana Trench, so we will have some very calm waters. And please do remember, have a very turtly day. Of all the turtles, adamantites to draft for this, it had to be Sheldon. They are just blushing as they're walking inside. Does Uretzi and Scruffy board the turtle?
Real quick, I'd like to ask, how is Scruffy's normalcy field handling this?
Scruffy, actually, that is a very important question, because here's the thing. If this was like some of the 7th dimensional beings, I would have everything transformed, but this is where, because these are literally just part of the major life forms of this planet, you still just see a giant massive turtle with doing all this spiel. How does Scruffy react?
He's not doing great, but I think having calmed his arm down a little bit, he's doing okay for now.
You are smart, B. You chose the right wording. You were right next to a landmine, buddy, and not the way you thought. But it doesn't happen. You calm yourself, take a few deep breaths, and God, this is lame, but I think what kind of helps Scruffy calm down, not because of it, but because of just how funny it is to hear it, you see a couple what looks like very small, female turtles that they have anthropomorphic bodies, they have the shells on their back, and they have normal human forms. These ones are quite curvy, like your typical airline stewardess from like back in the 50s, and they look at you and go, "Oh, would you like to join the turtle club?" And they pin a little turtle shell on your shirt, and Scruffy, laughing at that, helps you calm down.
Yeah, I absolutely do not want to join the turtle club, but I do appreciate it.
And as you're going down, you guys, as the turtle descends, and Uretzi and Scruffy are seeing this in-flight show about how the safe haven adamantite turtles, which are one of the other bridges between the species, which were to bridge all 3 together in harmony, about how the males grow to about a good 800 meters, in total length and height, but inside of themselves, they still have a smaller version of their bodies that are connected, well, with a lot of like vein work, and that's how they are able to still breed. And thankfully, their species wasn't involved in the Great Massacre, so their numbers are vast. And one of the things that is not known is that when the male has reached its certain age and maturity, they actually go to space and they become a cosmic turtle. That which is the dream was of the creators to branch all species of this universe and to be able to travel together. Hasn't happened yet, but hopefully. And Maury and Dr. Smith, they're arriving at the hibernating bears, and even with the coffee, it's still seeming a little 50-50. In the next session, we will have to see if maybe Maury and Dr. Smith can come together to find out what's going on and if they can wake him up. And we will see just exactly who is she who sees beyond the winds, because she is not a bear. She is the final adamantite species, the only one of her kind. And that, dear listeners, is where we will leave off on this. God damn it, this was a great session of the happiest place in Earth. And just as I asked in the beginning, dear listeners, if you are enjoying this world I have had so much happiness and joy creating with my players, then please hit the subscribe button so you can always be up to date when new episodes are coming out. And even though we're reaching the end of season 1, surprise! Actually, I am going to be working with Dice Fiends to bring to life the event of what was happening at the USS Ishimura and USS Thanatos rigs, and why all that, which is going to be called the happiest rig in Earth, the last broadcast, and that is going to be with the Dice Fiends group. That will be an exclusive with them as part of a partnership we're working with them. And while then, Royal Flush and Essen are going to be bringing their own games, and so you have to make sure you are up to date so you will be notified immediately when their games drop. And I just look forward to what all we have coming for you all, because also outside of the TTRPG side, we are working on some very amazing, well, I can't tell you the subject because it would spoil everything. Let's just say it's some content. It's a little bit of old and a little bit of new. And I just can't wait to bring it to you all, dear listeners and viewers, those on the podcast or on the YouTube end. And I think every day that I get to do this with my players, that my surgery has helped me to where I'm feeling my inspiration, my drive to create is back again at 100%. And I just can't wait to see what we all do together now. And all of this is just happening for you, dear listeners. So this is the best time to be with us. And we're not stopping anytime soon, because then after Essen and Royal Flush's games, the Side Story Happiest Place on Earth Season 2 will be right back before you even know it. It won't even feel like 6 months. But until then, everyone, we still got a few episodes left to finish up this season, and, well, we'll see how it all goes. Will the real villain in the story win our... Max, I'm just going to call it right now because these players are too goddamn smart. They're going to do it. I believe in them. They got this, guys. Right? So, let's give them a cheer. You guys are the best. Until the next one, everyone. Goodbye.